Take one. We can keep that part too. That's funny. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Leake here, your local neighborhood poet. This shirt here. Yeah. It's on my website, www.calledtomovectm.org /store. If you enjoyed me on America's Got Talent and you would love to support, go ahead and pick up your shirt on the website. Yeah, they're comfy, they're nice, and they have like a really cool like part from the poem on the back. It's probably a horrible angle. I'll just put a picture up on the screen somewhere around here-ish. Cool. But anyway, you all sent me some questions on Instagram. I'm gonna be doing this via Facebook next time, so that way my Facebook folks can interact with me too. But I wanted to take some time to answer y'all questions. So, here we go. Our first question comes from Lincoln BSU. Shout out to Stockton 209. What's your favorite thing about Stockton? What is my favorite thing about Stockton? I would say the first thing is, of course, like I'm from here, so like family and like the familiarity with the place. But outside of that, I love Stockton's diversity. Like Stockton is a super diverse city. We're one of the top 10 most diverse cities in the country. And so like I can literally get a taste of every culture from around the world in this place. And also we have like really great Mexican food. So like if you guys really want some good Mexican food, Stockton's the spot to be. So good question, Lincoln BSU. I'm not gonna butcher your name, but XX Yvonne XX, I think that's it. Do you think you got what it takes to win the show? Oh, your name's Malaysia. Love from Malaysia. Hell yeah, I got what it takes to win the show. You feel me? If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else ever will. That's a piece of game from Brandon Leake. But also, like humbly, I will say that like in order to win, it's going to take a great deal of work and effort for me to get there, because I'm not going against like crappy competition. Everybody who's on the show is supremely talented, and I know is also going to be working super hard. So it's on me to work that much harder to make sure that I separate myself from the rest of the competition. So shout out to my comp, but I'm coming for that dub. Anyway, good question, Malaysia. Then Akalor? The Nakalor? Whatever. How do you feel knowing that your poetry changed a lot of lives, including mine? I'm humbled by it. Knowing that my story can help anybody else deal with what they're dealing with is always a beautiful thing, in my opinion, because it was somebody else's story through poetry that changed mine. So if I can be that for somebody else, then, you know, yeah, I'm grateful. So thank you for that. I'm happy my poem was able to impact you in some type of positive way. And hopefully one day we get the chance to meet and we can talk about it. The Cam Martin asked, what do you think is the best way for young people to cope with depression and anxiety? Oh, man. To cope with depression and anxiety, I'm just going to be quite frank with you on my way that I deal with anxiety. And when I was dealing with undiagnosed depression, my first thing I did was I leaned on God. So I would pray, and like read my Bible and like sing worship songs and stuff. But that's not the only thing that you do. Like surround yourself with a healthy community of people who are going to like genuinely be there for you. Like people who are going to check in on you, people who are going to you know, like really be there and not just tell you like, oh, be better, feel better, but instead to genuinely say like, yo, like, how can I love on you that you would feel it today? How can I help you through today? And walk with you through this sometimes lifetime battle, because it can be a lifetime battle. And also, aside from like those two things, writing was a huge thing that I did. I would put my emotions down because when the world would judge me, when everybody else would judge me. This was completely unscripted, but a notebook never would. I could pop this thing open and write down anything and everything I wanted to, and feel complete freedom. And so, yeah, like, I would pray, get good community, and write. So hopefully those things can help you too. Amerthine_Willows asked, what inspired you to start writing poetry and performing spoken word? I am a poet myself. Hello, fellow poet. What inspired me to start writing poetry was girls who were cute in middle school. But that's just in my childhood. And in my adulthood, when I started doing poetry like more seriously, what inspired me to do poetry was the loss of a really good friend of mine, and really wanting to figure out a way to try and heal, because I was dealing with a lot of emotions that oftentimes young boys, in particular young Black boys, don't get to deal with in terms of loss. And so yeah, that was a huge thing for me. Huge thing for me. And then when it comes to performing, sorry, I want to make sure I come back to your question and finish the whole thing. But when it comes to writing it, that's what inspired me. When it came to performing it, it was watching videos on YouTube of people who are going up on stage and sharing their hearts, and people applauding and clapping and snapping and doing all this cool stuff. And in the beginning, I just wanted to like really get recognized as a good poet. Like, just selfishly, I wanted that. But as time has gone forward, I've learned that like I enjoy performing because it gives me a chance to connect with other people in a way that generally most folks in the world never do. So yeah. Oh, it's the same person, Amerthine_Willows. Not a question, but you inspire me. Oh, makes my heart feel so good. Thank you. The Dan Diaries. What is something you can tell to all the writers out there that want to be heard? What is something that I can tell to all the writers out there that desire to be heard? Write and share. I think one of the biggest things is people get afraid that the world's gonna judge them for what they write. I'm just gonna tell you this, and it's not a newsflash, but the world already judges you, regardless if you write or not. So if they're gonna judge you, at least give them an accurate thing to judge. So write, share it, let the world hear it. And once you write something, it's not yours once you share it anyway. It's the audience's. Same way that when a producer makes a movie, it's no longer their movie, it's our movie. Same way with my poem that I wrote on AGT, Puff, shirt here. It's no longer my poem. It's your poem now. And you get the chance to feel it, dig with it, and do all the stuff with it. So, yeah. Do you miss teaching at Able? Maya.rosaspam. I do miss teaching at Able. For all who don't know, I used to teach high school English, freshman high school English at Able Charter School. That was some of my favorite years of a job ever, if not my favorite job I've ever had. Not because of the job. I mean, teaching is cool, but you know, like, you can hand out paperwork to anybody, but the youth, the kids, the teenagers, soon to be adults now, because y'all seniors who I had, were some of the most amazing people who I was ever around. And so like, I genuinely loved every moment of that. And I miss it to this day. To this day, I miss it. But I will always be appreciative of the time that I had. Always. How did it feel when you first walked on stage? The thoughts that were going through your head. This comes from ECNIRP.Y. Don't know how to pronounce that, but I was exhausted, y'all. I was so tired. Like, I was running off like 4 hours of sleep, super bad nutrition for the day, and a whole lot of nerves. Like, just, it was so much going on that day. And I was just like, I was grateful to be hopping on stage because that was the day California shut down and I almost did not get the chance to perform, but I got my shot and I was tired, grateful, and hype. Like inside, I was like, yes, let's go do this. And then we're gonna go nap afterwards because I'm so tired. But yeah, no, it was such a beautiful feeling. A mixture of feelings, but it was a beautiful feeling nonetheless. Good question. Vent X G Zoe's question is, what made you choose to go on America's Got Talent? Reason why I chose America's Got Talent is because your boy can't sing or dance. And in terms of competition shows that are on national television, the only one that's available for spoken word poets as of yet is America's Got Talent. There's nothing really else there. And so I said, I'm gonna show the world that spoken word is a talent. So that was why America's Got Talent. What is something that helps you when you write? Kiana Marie 16. Something that helps me when I write is being in the shower. This may be weird. Don't take this oddly, but there's something about being in the shower or taking a bath. It's like I know my time's gonna be uninterrupted. I know that I'm just gonna be able to sit there and relax in the warmth, and I can just like let my thoughts run wild. Cause I used to just be a night writer. I'd be up at like 11 p.m., 1 in the morning and just write. But now that I have a kid, I'm asleep at that hour now, so I don't have the energy to do that anymore. So the times that I find to write and do creative things are usually in my times of isolation, when I don't have the responsibility of taking care of my daughter or helping my wife around the house or anything to that nature. So yeah, that's something that helps me when I write. But if you're not like talking about that whole thing, another thing that helps me when I write is having watched something that inspires me shortly beforehand. So it doesn't even have to be spoken word. Like it could be a good movie, a really nice song, a short film, whatever. Just something that like if I know what I want to write about, watching something or listening to something that's in the vein of what I want to write about. So that helps me too. Just in case you don't have a shower or something. What are your religious beliefs / denominations? Kendra.Roberts_14. I am a believer in Jesus Christ, non-denominational. And the reason behind that is because Christ didn't have a denomination. And I believe the simplest way that I can express how I believe my faith, I believe Jesus is who he said he is. I believe the Bible is real and factual. And I believe that my job as a believer is to love everybody, no matter what. Like everybody. There's like no contingencies there. So yeah, simple as that. McKenna_Schaefer said, what is your life goal? My life goal is to make as much money, spending as little time making it as possible. That's like the financial end of it. My biggest life goal is to live a life that my God would be proud of, and to live a life that my family would be proud of, to let my daughter know that she's loved for and cared for unconditionally, to have my wife always consistently feel loved, to have my unborn children know that they have a father who's always going to be riding for them, that my mother, until her last breath, would be able to say, I am proud of the son who I gave birth to and raised, and that my little brother can say, yo man, my older brother is my hero. I want that. I want that type of joy, because that's a joy that even the largest check could never cash for me. So, but pay me too. Like that's nice too. What is one thing that you're looking forward to do with your daughter? Go to the beach. This is Coon 4654, by the way. Yes, I want to take her to the beach, like Santa Cruz, Los Angeles, Hawaii. Actually, beyond going to the beach, just travel. Like, I want to take her around the world. Like, I didn't get to go travel and go do a bunch of stuff until my adulthood, really. And so, like, I want for my daughter to be able to experience things that 27 and 28-year-old Brandon had to wait for until he was already an adult. But also, I want my daughter to still have that same humility that Brandon, who was broke living in the south side of Stockton, had. So it's a complicated thing. Like, I want her to feel like we broke, but also like her to know that she doesn't have to worry about like whether or not there'll be food or clothes on, like food on the table or clothes on her back. So like I'm gonna be juggling these dichotomies of like, yo, we rich, but we not rich, like type of a thing. So good question, Coon. Coon's a major supporter. He be hopping on all my stuff. Kaylin _ Duncans asks, okay, what does WYR stand for? 1 second.
Did you say that one time?
Would you rather? Oh, okay. So, WIR. Would you rather? Old moment. Okay, would you rather be able to fly but be blind, or do what you're doing today but deaf? Flying while blind is dangerous, so I'll be deaf. Now that sucks because I'll never be able to hear music again. Actually no, I'll be blind because I may never be able to see my daughter, but I can hear my daughter, and I love hearing words. And I like listening to music is like a movie for me in and of itself. And I think I could still do a majority of the stuff I do now even without eyesight, besides drive. But it would not be bad to be chauffeured all over the place. That'd be kind of cool. So I'm going for blindness. Gang gang. Shout out to the deaf community though, because you guys are really awesome. My wife is fluent in ASL. Kane _ realist out of New Zealand. What up, dog? How do you go about promoting yourself as an artist? If you hear my baby in the background, it's because you actually hear my baby in the background. She's waking up. She's probably hungry and got a full diaper or something. How do I go about promoting myself as an artist? I go about promoting myself as an artist by just promoting Brandon. Being myself. Like, I don't try to front as if I'm somebody else. I don't like go do extra stuff that's not my scope. My literal brand as an artist is me as a person. So like, I'm a family dude. I don't go out clubbing, I don't go drink, I don't do any drugs. So like, I don't have to fake the funk as if like I'm this hood hard dude. I also like don't have to fake like I am this like super political figure, or like pretend like I'm unflawed, because I am completely flawed, and I will let everybody know that, not just in my poetry but on my social medias. And so my branding style is just staying authentic to who I am as a person, because it would be exhausting to try and make you guys think I'm somebody who I'm not, and to have these double personalities. So yeah, nah, my promotion of Brandon is by just being Brandon. Potter Violetta said, I have no question, but your AGT performance is amazing. God bless you, bro. Peace. Thank you. Sophie _ Dialaros. How do you achieve your dreams? The way that you achieve your dream is by falling asleep and then waiting for them to come. I'm just playing with you. But no, the way you sincerely achieve your dream is by being willing to put the hustle behind your goal or your ambition. You have to have more hustle than you do dream. If your dream is large, your hustle has to be larger than the dream. That's a famous quote from a motivational speaker called Eric Thomas. He's famous for saying like, I'd rather you have small dreams and large hustle than large dreams and small hustle, because even for your smallest dreams, it's going to require at least 3 times the amount of work to accomplish it. And if you're unwilling to grind, to get it, then it's not gonna be possible. And the grind isn't just working, it's taking time to study it and learn it. It's taking time to get tutelage from other people who have experience in it. It's being patient enough to understand timing of when to go execute parts of the dream. It's setting out a plan to accomplish that dream. It's being okay with that dream. It's finally come to terms with the fact that the dream may never be real, but you're gonna work hard enough so that way if it's not real, it wasn't your fault. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, but the accomplishment of the dream is sweet. But looking back on it, make sure that you also lived a good life while chasing the dream. Because I would hate for you to wake up one day and see, I made it, and then you sacrificed everything for it. Because some things aren't worth sacrificing. For instance, my daughter or my wife, my life. Like, I would give up poetry in a second to make sure that they were happy. But, you know, what do I know? I'm not famous or anything like that. And I don't say that sarcastically, like folks think I'm famous. I'm not famous. So this is part 1 of our series of answering your guys' questions. If I should drop a part 2, then make sure that you leave a like and a comment down below of what your favorite answer of mine was. And if you have another question that you'd like me to answer, then throw that down in the comments too, because I'd love to hear from y'all. So yeah, let's get it.